Hello, we are live. This is the part of the live where we just chill for a second until we have, at the very least, our guest. I am, in fact, out of breath because, hi Kyla! Hello, thank you for joining. My dad is in the chat, y'all. I literally know that my parents are both going to be watching downstairs because I just went and got our Slurpees. Chad, our guest of honor, has officially joined, so we can officially start the episode. My mom is here. Ben is here. Ben is like the ultimate snacker, I'd say. Ben and Chad, I think, are like, you know, if I had to like determine a board, as Ben would say, if I had to assemble a board of like Snacktime board members, I mean, you gotta have Chad, our first ever guest with popcorn, and then you gotta have Ben, who basically who knows if this podcast would have been created if it weren't for Ben and his like constant support. Let's see. Ben is saying yes. My dad said yum, Coke Slurpee. And then my mom said thanks for the Slurpee with the smiling emoji with hearts around the face. Let's get started. So, oh my gosh, Nicole just joined. Now the party can officially start. Happy 7-Eleven Day, everyone. If you don't know, every year on July 11th, 7-Eleven gives out free Slurpees because it's 7-Eleven. I don't really exactly know how it's working these days because I have the 7-Eleven app, so they scanned that, and then they said I could get 3 free Slurpees because I was getting one for me, one for my mom, and one for my dad, and I was like expecting to just get one free one and then pay for the other 2, and then they let me get 3 free because I have the app. So like definitely download the app if you haven't already. Let's see what's going on in the chat. My dad said, do they have 7-Eleven Slurpees in Europe? There are 7-Elevens like all over the world, but I don't know if they all have Slurpees or not. I guess we could look that up. Ben said, love a good Slurpee. Slurp, slurp. Oh my gosh, Amanda is here. Thank you for joining, Amanda. Do you have a Slurpee with you? Nicole said, woohoo. Ben, OMG, 7 MFers in the chat. And Chad has officially requested to join. So let's start this snack time. I'm going to take a sip of water. A little behind the scenes for you. I always sip some water before the episode starts. People who have been a guest, you know. Yeah, let's get started with the official episode. This is going to be kind of like a regular episode of Snack Time, but it's live. So we're going to have people asking questions, going in the chat, and, you know, we'll kind of like just chill and have a good time. I hope you all have Slurpees. If you don't, at least like a snack or something to drink. Water at the very least. Stay hydrated, okay? I have a water and a Slurpee. So here at Snack Time, we take hydration seriously. Okay, actually, before we get started, Monica is here. Did I say that already? I don't know. Ben, when I was in Singapore, there were 7-Elevens everywhere, but no Slurpees. Okay, so good to know. Don't go to Singapore if you're going to be there over July 11th if you want to celebrate Slurpee Day, because they apparently don't have them. Okay, we're going to get started. How many times can I say we're going to get started? And then I'll check the chat in a little bit. We'll take like little chat breaks. How about that? It's Snack Time Live. I'm your host, Marno, and joining us today is my friend Chad, who is sharing his snack, the 7-Eleven Slurpee. That's right. And if you are a frequent snacker here at Snack Time, you might have heard Chad's snack musings on popcorn in the inaugural pilot first ever episode of Snack Time that premiered like about a year ago. It's been a year, you guys. Can you believe? Or you might have listened to the episode where we conducted an intense taste test and ranked 10 different Cheez-It cracker snacks. Lots of content, you guys. If you're bored, you know where to find snack-related entertainment. And I am very excited to have Chad back at Snack Time. And if you're watching this live on Instagram, at Snacktime Pod, I am also very excited to interact with all of you. Leave your comments and questions and Slurpee opinions in the chat. A video recording of this Snacktime Live will be available on Instagram TV at SnackTimePod and on my YouTube channel, Marnofo Show, and an audio-only version will be available on all of your favorite podcast apps like Spotify and Apple. Just search Snacktime and we will be there. And with all that said, let's get back to Slurpees and my personal Slurpee king, Chad. I'm going to get Chad into here once I find it in here, except it went away. Nope, here it is. Okay, Chad. I'm so excited. Here he comes. I think you have to accept it, Chad. I don't know. I just accept. Oh my god.
Slurpees, they're the bomb. They're really good, so I wrote this song. Slurpees, they're the bomb. They're really good, so I wrote this song. I love Slurpees, but I bet you already knew that. I named my name after it, everybody attacking it. Love all of the flavors, so much variety. Love it so much, I ain't never retiring, yeah. My favorite wild cherry, go to the pina colada, the blue raspberry. Love it so much, it's really my obsession. I released my last album on 7/11, yeah. That's National Slurpee Day. We all love Slurpees, we be saying hooray. We all love Slurpees and they never getting old. They be so good, they be fresh and so cold. If you never had it, then you really should. I can get over how they're so good, yeah. They're really good. Never had a Slurpee, then you probably should. Slurpees, they're the bomb. They're really good, so I wrote this song. Slurpees, they're the bomb. They're really good, so I wrote this song.
Oh my god. I did not know that this was going to be a fucking turn-up party.
So that was
literally the crash. I don't know where the other. I don't know. This Snacktime Live just went 0 to 100. First of all, I was like, I'm being so extra with my literally like typed out intro, but I was like, I want this to be good.
Yes.
And then of course Chad brings choreo.
So to give credit where credit is due, that was Slurpee song by, I'm assuming they formerly went by Lil Slurpee, yeah, because their YouTube profile is now Matthew, spelled like M-A-T, the fancy way of spelling Matthew. Matthew Official Music. That was Slurpee song by Lil Slurpee. There's also a Slurpee song too by Lil Slurpee, but I didn't learn that one. Sorry.
Wow, do we need to do a like live listening party of it? If you want a live listening party during this Snacktime Live of Slurpee Song 2, the sequel, the Slurpquel, let us know. Chad, first of all, just like, okay, I'm gonna take these off. It's time to be serious. I'm a journalist. Sorry, just need to get comfy now that I'm not having a dance party. I'm so excited for this episode. This has been months of, well, not like, we talked about it, I don't know, like before Christmas time, I think. And we're like, we have to do Slurpees, and then like we obviously should do it. This was before I was doing lives. So I was like, we were like, let's just do it so it's like the week of, or maybe I'll release it on that day. But then lives became a thing. And so when we were talking about it, like, I don't know, 2 weeks ago or something, or last week, how long has it been? Yeah. I don't know. This has just been like slurped together, but it's been like the ideas and the passion has been ruminating. There's so much happening in the chat. Do we need to do a chat break already?
The slurpening.
Yeah, slurp. Nicole is having a classic iced coffee in her Mickey and Friends cup. Cute. Ben said this is so good. Curdy C87, Stevie993, _ Jumilo, have all joined. Thank you guys for being here. Chad, my dad likes your hat. Nicole said I need this on Spotify. Bars, 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 bars. Is it on Spotify? Or is it just on YouTube?
I didn't look on Spotify, but YouTube, yeah. There's a few like slushy themed songs, but this one was the most specific to Slurpee.
I don't even remember what songs I used, but like in the promo, like Instagram stories for this live here today, I like found Slurpee songs in the Instagram app. I don't know if maybe this one was one of them. I honestly don't remember. So I was like, Slurpee, boom, didn't even listen. So, you know. My dad's like, cool song. Nicole just put a bunch of like celebration and clapping emojis. My dad said, was that Slurpee induced? Was this a performance performed under the influence of Slurpees, Chad?
Yeah. Getting Slurpee wasted. I want to be Slurpee wasted. Turn to grown-ups. Chocolate wasted.
If you're getting Slurpee wasted today, comment in the chat. Justin says Slurpee song 2, the slurpening, slurp it up. Jess Marie Gons has joined. Thank you. Hello. Justin, slurp it up by Monet Exchange. Stream Chromatic. My dad says 7-Eleven, baby. Wow. I feel like we need to do a cheers.
Yeah. Get the logo.
Cheers to 7-Eleven, Slurpees, friendship, and snack time.
And time. Dink. All right, so I have to be honest and tell you something. And that is when I went to my 7-Eleven, which is about a 5-minute walk from my place. Slurpee machines down.
No.
Slurpee machines down.
That's on today? On
today.
God's day of July 11th, 2021.
Yeah. So I'm being
2020 really took everything, didn't it?
Yeah.
It really took everything.
I'm being really honest here. This is not a Slurpee. Because I went up to the front and I got some other like snacks, Cheez-Its. Can you believe it?
I can believe.
And went to the register, and maybe I was just like, because you can tell when the machine's not working. Maybe we'll get into that. But nothing was churning. It was spooky looking. So I went to the front, and I was like, and I went only because next to the register, they had like a stack of these cups. So I saw that, and I was like, okay, maybe it is working. Because why would they have the stack of cups there? So I was like, and basically also out here, you can't get your own cup for any of the big gulp. Like you have to order it and then you get the cup. And I was like, is the Slurpee machine working? And he was like, sorry, no. But if you want a soda. And so he gave me a cup anyways, which was very nice. And my closest 7-Eleven after that, I wouldn't have made it back in time. So I came home and I made a smoothie. And I added a popsicle to make it a little less, like...
Health. Oh my gosh.
I added a popsicle and I make it. So maybe after this, I'll go back out there and get a real one, but not today.
I mean,
I know. I'm trying not to think of it.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Well, my dad in the chat said that's a national tragedy, and I think like that sums it up right there. Yeah. Like
it's
we can't have we don't celebrate July 4th anymore, really, because But July 11th, at least we can celebrate human. What is the word that I'm trying to say? Not ingenuity. Is that the word? The human brain, the ability to create a Slurpee. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's the real July holiday we should be celebrating.
So, yeah. So, just coming into this, I had to be forthfront with you all that I'm not actually Slurpee right now.
I think I can speak on behalf of all the snackers here today. we appreciate your honesty. And I mean, it just wasn't in the stars for you to get a Slurpee in time for this live. But, you know, I'm having one.
Yeah.
I'm having blue raspberry. And I will, you know, put this in your honor. My 7-Eleven also was having issues. They didn't have cherry. They didn't have cherry. Like, that's the first flavor, which we'll get into because I do have the history of Slurpees. But, like, yeah.
Or where should we start? We've laid that foundation out there.
Right. Now that we've gotten that very important news, it's honestly like a shock that I need to kind of get over that you don't have a Slurpee today. But, you know, we're here to talk Slurpees more than even Slurpees.
Yeah.
So before we get into that, though, you know, here at Snacktime, we like to know our friends' snack preferences. So on the average day, or currently, however you want to define yourself at the moment, because snacking habits, I believe, are fluid. Chad, are you a salty or sweet snacker?
As I've said before, I am in the I'm a minority over here. I am a sweet snacker, and the analogy I have kind of like settled on is that even though like salty snacking is more practical, if I'm at a buffet table, if I'm at a wedding and there's a table of appetizers and a table of desserts, my eye is on the desserts. That's like, yeah, so definitely a sweet snacker, yeah.
Love that for you. He lives his truth. And
so if anybody's getting married, let me know, because I haven't been to one in so long.
Chad needs to get his wedding buffet dessert table like fixed.
A conference. I mean, maybe buffets are like not a thing anymore. R.I.P. Soupy, but
R.I.P. Soupy. You know, I feel like if they came back and rebranded and removed the, like, you know, plantation part of their name and aesthetic, then they can come back stronger than ever. It could be like a buffet style where, like, you know, you bring your plate up and they serve it to you so people aren't touching utensils. Like, there are solutions.
Yeah. Speaking of that, like, isn't the alternate name something tomato? Like the...
Yeah.
Like,
green, red tomato?
Yeah. If anybody knows what soup plantations were called not on the West Coast, green tomato? No, not green tomato.
Not green. I think it might... Yeah. Anyway, how did we even get to talking about this? This really is a real snack time episode. We've already got so off track. How did we start talking about soup plantation? Buffets.
Oh, because I was
dessert. Yes.
Nicole said, thank you.
What did you say?
Ben and Nicole said sweet tomato.
Oh, yes.
Is that what it was called?
Perfect. Oh, should we do a chat break? Sanite has joined. She said, hey, y'all. She is traveling right now. I'm very honored that she's taking the time out of her day. National Tragedy. Ryan, Habits of Health, has joined. Hello. Thank you. Dad said, Slurpee machine not working. Sanite. OMG, last time I tried to get a Slurpee, the machine wasn't working either. Yeah. The new McDonald's ice cream machine, I fear. Wait, don't speak that into existence. I'm taking that back. Don't speak that into existence. The McDonald's ice cream machine, my mom and I were literally just saying, it's just like infamous. Like, you will not get ice cream if you go. My dad said, what the heck? Justin said, Beyonce would not stand for this. Yes. Nicole, we appreciate the honesty.
That's not to be shady. I'm just like...
Wait, what'd you say?
Are you reading all the comments?
Are there a lot? I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, yeah, there's been a bit of scroll. I always know because I can see it on my face. So, like, okay, there's just very and I just want to prepare you for that if you do want to read them all.
Okay, maybe we'll take a chat break in a little bit because we need to get to business. Okay, so you're a sweet snacker. We know this. We love this. This is actually your first time sharing a sweet snack on the pod,
Mhm.
which is interesting as a sweet snacker. But like, also you're my popcorn king, Slurpee king, popcorn king. That's Chad in my heart. So it makes sense. And although you don't have a Slurpee today, I still want to ask, like, if, you know, every flavor was available, everything was perfect, nothing had the stupid red light that says don't use when red light is flashing because it's just liquid, it's not frozen. What's up with that? At 1 p.m. on July 11th? Come on. What would you have gotten? Yeah. And like, do you do a combo? You know, give us the entire like thought process, you know?
For sure. So what I love about the Slurpee experience is the control. You have control over how much, which flavors, like everything like that. So the people who do one, like for this size, if you do one flavor, that makes sense. You can do two. You can do two if you want, but like this one, but the people who do the anything bigger than this one flavor is like, come on, have some fun.
Now, come on now.
Now, come on now. So, and usually I will do the size up from this, but it's all about the layers. And my flavor, the thing is, I'm all about the fruity to like really chaotic sort of flavors.
Oh,
so like,
we know.
Yeah, so if there is, I mean, obviously, if there's like the cherry, the blue raspberry, lemonade, you know, like very like one word sort of flavors, we're all about that. But then even when they get more crazy, where it's like sour punch, kick me in the ass, or like Mountain Dew, like ultra charge, like, or like even the mystery. I'm like, mystery? Call me Sherlock Holmes.
Fuck
We're
it
solving
up, mystery.
So definitely the ones I guess it's maybe easier to say the ones that I usually won't do. I don't really do the Coke or like
controversial opinion.
I know. Like if there's a way to between like the sharp flavors, which is like all the citrus and the sugar basically, and the versus maybe like the smoother Coke or the pina colada or like cream smoother based, like we're going for the things that are attack, and we're doing as many as we can too. Like if there's 5 that I want, it'll be like yeah.
Well, okay, so can we take a moment to like appreciate the control that requires? Because like today I was so out of practice. I don't know the last time I had a Slurpee. It might be when I lived above one in New York, which was over a year ago. So it's like it's been at least over like 15 months at least. Wait, how long has this been? I don't know. Math. We don't snackers, we don't my tried to FaceTime me. My sister just interrupted my live.
Oh.
Rude.
It was so fast, we're good.
Does she not know like it's 7-Eleven. You can't FaceTime me.
I'm glad to see people I'm glad to see people agreeing with my Coke opinion.
Really? Okay,
yeah,
I'm just gonna quickly look through here.
And we got some good questions. Do we know the science behind Slurpees? Do you think an iced is an acceptable substitute? We will get into that. Yeah. So that's how I do it. If you want to get into how you do it. Oh, yeah. Sorry, Melissa said I can't stand for this Coke blasphemy. Because the thing is, like, you can add lemon and orange and ultra charge dew, like it all just becomes one
fruit punch
substance. Yeah,
it literally becomes fruit punch.
And when it's the perfect consistency, it will layer. That's the thing, it will layer. Right, if it's right, it will layer. If it layers, then it's right.
But unfortunately, in today's Slurpee climate, as we've discussed in the chat and here together today, the Slurpee machines are becoming less and less reliable. Like, is this becoming a town hall on like us coming together to like fix Slurpee machine breakage? Like, we need to stand as one, snackers.
Okay, another flavor I'll say that fits the other side, banana. Because banana is not...
Banana is just a no for me. It's never... Banana. I love bananas. The fruit, delicious. Banana flavored things.
What is Biden's plan for fixing Slurpee machines? When I know, I'll walk down to the White House right now.
What did I miss?
Knock. Maybe, or do you want to say what your pref is?
Yes, I do want to, get back to my answer that I haven't answered. Yeah, I don't have Slurpees as often as you, for sure. And I usually do actually get like this size. So, like you said, a cup this size. Me that's not as skilled in like stopping the Slurpee machine. Sometimes I'm planning for 2 and it's 1 just because I couldn't stop it in time. You know what I mean? But my ideal is a classic blue raspberry with a cherry. I completely agree with everything that you said about Coke not mixing well with other flavors. And as someone who does prefer to have at least 2 flavors, I really like the versatility of just like the fruits. Coke, I think you can only do a few different flavors, like literally just like cherry and maybe if there's like vanilla. Is that a thing ever? I don't know. I think there's like vanilla Coke Slurpees. Like they have that as a flavor on its own. What are you laughing at? What are people saying?
Oh, or it's like global warming up, Slurpee machines down. Funny.
Oh, Sinai says everybody put the top on before pouring your Slurpee? It's the proper way. Yes, because then you can fill it up and it doesn't spill out, right?
Once I get towards the top, then I put the top on and top it off.
Oh, so
it doesn't really make sense.
You're adding too many steps. I'm already fumbling. I did with one of the cups today spill over, like with the lid on.
People underestimate the carbonation aspect where like it does rise.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll get into that with the article that I found as well. The carbonation aspect is a big aspect, actually. It's like, it's required that it is. We'll get into it. Okay. Was there anything else I missed in here in the chat? Oh, Sinai said now a vanilla Coke Slurpee. That's something I can get behind. That does sound really good, right? Even cherry, vanilla Coke cherry. That's a combo that I would do. Mm-hmm. Ben asks, what is Biden's plan for fixing Slurpee machines? And then the graphs just go so well with that. Melissa, you like fake banana? I've never felt so divided from Melissa before. We're usually like literally on the same page, on the same menu page of Snacktime. You know what I mean? A lot of people that I don't know have joined. Oh my God, those Saloni's here. Yes. Living life on the edge. I need to know that there is actually the right size lid before I commit to a size cup. That's true. Mm-hmm. That's very important. And my dad said it's an anti-Slurpee machine conspiracy. I think that's what we're dealing with here.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my favorite combo would be blue raspberry and cherry. If I can only do one, I would prefer it to be cherry. But today, the cherry wasn't working. So I just got blue raspberry. The other flavors they did have Coke. They had Coke. They had horchata. I can't picture that carbonated and yummy. So questionable on that. The cherry was broken. They did have Mountain Dew, just like regular Mountain Dew, not like fuck you in your ass Mountain Dew, just standard. Mm-hmm. And they had peach and
Fun.
Yeah. But sometimes peach is weird, so I didn't want to risk it.
Okay.
And I feel like there was one more, but I think it wasn't working either. So, you know, the options were quite limited, but I got my blue raspberry, so I was fine with that. Is there any flavor combo you've ever done that you were like, this was a mistake?
Not really. I mean, it's usually just whatever by the time you get to the end and it sort of melted at the bottom and sort of just becomes some unholy syrup. That's like, that can be spooky, but...
Do you still drink the rest of it, or have there been times where you're like, this is a little too much, can't do it? You don't let yours melt long enough, do you? You're slurping that Slurpee while it's still frozen. I'm the one that, like, it turns into just syrup, and then I'm like, do I drink this? And then it's like, we're going out in New York, so I'm like, okay, I'll just add a shot of vodka to it and down it before we head out, you know?
Yeah.
Because as I said, I did live above a 7-Eleven. And before I lived there, I lived with Chad in Washington Heights. But we would still go to Amanda's house, which was the apartment above 7-Eleven. So, like, 7-Eleven, she's that girl.
Yeah. Our little corporate bodega.
I'm just going to go down to the bodega.
Bodega below. Yeah.
Has there ever been a time where it was, like, too nasty to drink?
What?
Has there ever been a time where, like, the melted syrup was too nasty to drink?
Oh. Probably. But like you said, like, I won't usually consume it before it gets to that point. Yeah.
Right. Okay, I'm seeing funny things in the chat, so we need to go back in here.
Okay.
Tonight, the lid section of a 7-Eleven being the dirtiest part of the whole shop. Why is that so accurate? Anywhere you are, any 7-Eleven. Ben, why can Richard Branson afford to go to space, but he can't afford to fix the Slurpee machines? Seems off. Yeah. Oh my God. Hannah is here. Hi, Hannah. Thank you for being here. My dad said, Ben, that's funny. Sydney Q. Davis has joined. Hello. Thank you for being here. So tonight, I'm sending questions to that little button. I hope you can see it. Oh my God. We have questions, Chad. Drew's Scams. Drew's Cams or Drew's Scams? Fun name. It's a question. We're all asking about John Benet Ramsey, but nobody's asking if the machines are intentionally broken. This looks like a job for the FBI.
This is a case for the FBI.
Justin said Washington Heights. Slurpees are great when you get an ice cream headache from them, my dad said. Tonight, has anybody ever gotten back freezes instead of brain freezes? Just me? No. Chad, have you experienced a back freeze?
Back freeze?
Back freeze!
Back freeze?
Wait, Melissa has. Melissa has felt the back freeze.
I can't say I have. I've definitely gotten the brain freeze. Yeah, I've got the brain freeze.
Someone needs to explain the back freeze. Ben asked this episode, or Ben
are we
said
talking,
this episode makes me want a hot. This episode makes me want a hot dog.
The small of your back?
I'm waiting for someone to say. I don't know. Did you see Ben's Jennifer Coolidge reference? This episode makes me want a hot dog real bad. Oh, Drew said, what celebrity partnership would we like to see Slurpee sign on with? Selma Hayek would be fun. Who would be a good Slurpee spokesperson?
I don't know if you follow Slurpee on social media, but they're very neon. I mean, hello, like neon, young, and I would say
they
because
have
of
GIFs.
I would
they
say because
Instagram
of
GIFs.
And because of young, I'm gonna say it, Billie Eilish, neon,
and her hair would be like Slurpee colors. Yeah, we're gonna say it here first here at Snack Time.
Let's see.
Jose
Tonight said,
said,
oh, go ahead.
what? Huh?
Okay, I was gonna say what she said.
Oh, Jose said the throat freeze is killer. Tonight said, I don't know, I can't explain it. Just your whole back kind of hurts like it's frozen. LMAO? I would not be LMAOing. That's scary. Ben said, I mean, Def, Lil Nas X. Okay, Lil Nas X and Billie Eilish. That's a fun duo to like promote Slurpees. Like two different energies. Drew said good night tonight. Jojo Siwa. Okay, a third energy. We're making the holy trinity of Slurpee dumb, I think, right now.
Yeah, I'm basically in Jojo Siwa Couture right now.
I mean,
oh, I like that. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can like visually see it. Charlie, no. Benny Drama's Billy promoting Slurpee. Benny Drama honestly just doing like impersonating everyone. My dad said, cool, Ben. I hope this episode is 3 hours long. Oh my god, it's already 1:37. We have so much to talk about still. Jojo, they should recreate the Rome Pepsi commercial with those three. Jojo Siwa, I second that. Okay, we've got Jojo. People are really wanting Jojo, so I think we got to say yes to Jojo. Because it's up to us, the board of Slurpee. Mr. Slurpee. Yes, Mr. Slurpee, we have your team. Avengers, assemble. Also, I kind of look like Kris Jenner a little bit with this hair. You're doing great, sweetie. This is my phone case. Okay, we are going to discuss a little bit more, and then we will come back to the chat. I see we have 6 questions. We'll get to the questions. But we need to discuss Slurpees more. She deserves our attention. Chad, why do you love Slurpees so much? I'll look at them.
Why? Okay. Why do I love Slurpees?
Like what you
it
have
all
merch.
Started.
You have Slurpee merch. You know what I mean? Like you're next level.
So it definitely like my because I was thinking about that. I'm like, where did the Slurpee thing start? And for me, Slurpees are post-soccer games growing up. Which, if you know me, the soccer game was stress. It was anxiety. I wasn't the worst one on the field, but I like definitely like was waiting for it to end. And at the end of the game, end of practice, there might have been a Slurpee involved. So it was like, it was a release of tension. It was like, it's over. I can enjoy this sensory yum 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 yum. And from there, so I think that's where it, really embedded. And from there has just it's always been such a treat. For the longest time, it was always such a treat until I realized, I was able to just get up and go to 7. I can have access to this treat whenever I want, which I really don't have it that often, but when I do, you'll know about it.
I feel like we need to start like a segment like on just like at least Snack Time like Instagram. Every time you get a Slurpee, you have to like tag me or something so I can like share it to the community. So like all the snackers know like Chad's having a spiritual experience today. Send him your well wishes.
Yeah. And if it all boils down to that little boy exhausted after a game, feet hurting, shins splint, and just like wanting to be like, what can I do to get over this trauma? I use that hyperbolically that I just experienced. Comes back to the Slurpee. But I'll also just say, like, in general, just love any sort of, as I feel like people know, like, smoothie, icy, slush puppy, a snow cone, like that whole vein of liquid. I don't know.
Liquid dessert treat. Yeah.
Treats. It is like, I just like really like that. Yeah, and they're so, which I've learned recently, I literally learned yesterday that 7-Elevens aren't quite everywhere. Yeah, so I'll stop there.
Okay.
I really didn't have
Yeah, I mean, they're so oh God, what? Kind of speaking on like how they're everywhere. I mean, if you're gonna get a Slurpee, it's most likely, unless the machine is broken, it's gonna be what you expect. The flavor is never gonna change. You know, everything is going to be in the box, ready to go, and they literally plug it in. As I've learned a little bit from researching, it's literally in a box and it's ready to go. They just plug it into the machine and it, you know, turns it into the magic of Slurpiness. But it's reliable, it's refreshing. 7-Elevens they always have food, it's always cheap, you know, like it's there when you need it. And that's why I think it's like oh God, I'm choking on my spit. I need some Slurpee. It's such a thriving business because it is like just so reliable.
Yeah. And then from there,
oh what?
Oh no.
Oh, I was just gonna say I think only drink Slurpees like when it's hot weather though, which in California is like year round, but I don't know if I've ever gotten a Slurpee like in like a New York winter that I remember. That's the only downside is what I'm saying. Were you gonna say something?
Gotcha. No, and definitely being like now living somewhere where there are seasons. Yeah, like this was it would have been my first of the spring, summer. So, yeah, definitely. I mean, it's not like I get it year round. I mean, maybe in the winters when I'm working. Can you imagine?
Add it to the list. Add it to our data.
Yeah.
Well, I personally want to get into the history of Slurpees because I have found it quite interesting. There's been some shocking details that I don't think the general public is aware of. I'm literally going to put these glasses on. These are just like blue light blocking glasses, but I swear it's like now like a brain thing where if I look at a computer screen without them, my eyes are like, we can't handle this. So, pardon the ring light glare. This article that I want to read to you here today is from eater.com, and it's called A Brief History of the Slurpee, a Frozen American Icon, How 7-Eleven Perfected 50 Years of Brain Freeze, by Amy McCarthy, published, it's a little bit of an old article, published on October 20th, 2016 at 1 p.m. Wow, it's like it was meant to be. But Eastern time, so and not actually the same time. Are you ready for this?
Yeah. Is it long? Are you reading the whole thing?
Yeah, it's just a few minutes, probably. Is that okay?
Oh yeah.
Is everyone okay with that? Thumbs up in the chat. Actually, don't do that. There's too much happening in the chat. We're never going to catch up. For millions of people across the world, nostalgia tastes like a sweet and icy sip or slurp of a 7-Eleven Slurpee. When you pull the lever on a Slurpee machine inside any 7-Eleven store on the planet, the fizzy, fluffy, frozen beverage likely tastes just like the first one you ever tried. The consistency. Introduced to the market in 1966, the Slurpee is arguably the world's most popular non-alcoholic frozen drink. On July 11th, also known as 7-Eleven Day, today, 8,000 locations across the country handed out more than 9 million free cups of Slurpee. Slurpee has firmly staked its claim in the American consciousness in a number of ways. The inventor of the frozen margarita machine, a Dallas restaurant owner named Mariano Martinez, cited the Slurpee machine as his inspiration for changing the face of the classic cocktail. Outside of the store, Slurpee has closely linked itself with events unfolding in popular culture. In the 70s, a promotional single called Dance the Slurp, released on 45 RPM records, proved so popular it was played on mainstream radio. On eBay, thousands of listings hawked special edition plastic Slurpee cups from the 1970s and beyond, emblazoned with images of Scooby-Doo, the Hulk, and Spider-Man for upwards of $20 each. The Simpsons weaved the drink into the fabric of its world. Its parody, the Squishy, became so linked to the real-life Slurpee that 7-Eleven partnered with the Simpsons movie in 2007 to sell the show's fictional beverage from collectible cups. There are, of course, other frozen drinks, the Icy, Slush Puppy, and Freezoni among them, but none have come close to matching Slurpee's pop culture prominence. The beginnings of the slushy drink in general can be traced back to a man named Omar Nedlick, who in the late 1950s used parts from an automobile air conditioner to build a rudimentary frozen beverage machine. According to a 2010 Mental Floss article, the original idea was conceived after Nedlick, who operated a Dairy Queen franchise in Kansas City, stashed some soda pop in the freezer when the soda fountain in his restaurant went kaput. He worked with an artist to develop a brand for his new slushy drinks, introducing the world to the Icy, a gas station staple in its own right. But it was from that same frozen drink machine that the Slurpee was born. 7-Eleven licensed the Icy machine technology from Nedlick in 1965. This is news to me. Chad broke this news to me. We've lost our minds. I don't know if this is just general knowledge and we have completely missed out on this moment in history somehow. Chad, I need to know your thoughts. We're not even done with this article, but we have to pause here.
Yeah. Yep. I did not know that an Icy is physically, chemically the exact same thing as a Slurpee. Made by the same machine, invented by the same man, just 7-Eleven took it and rebranded it as Slurpee. If you knew that, tell us.
Tell us in the chat. If you're watching this recorded, you better comment.
I truly did not know that, and I think a lot of it comes down to I always thought they were separate things. I think because the Slurpee experience and the Icy experience are really different.
I agree.
In fact,
first of all, Icy usually only has 2 flavors.
Yeah. Slurpee is 7-Eleven, hands down. Icy it's bowling alley. It's Camelot Golf and Arcade. It's movie theater. It's Target. It's Target. You have a couple options. If you're even able to serve yourself. For me, Icy is more someone's doing it for you. Unless you're at some place, or I don't even know if Target, I don't know. So for me, it's always, I like having the control.
It's all about the control. And the experience.
Yeah.
Being ooh, I have these options and I get to put what amount I want. And it makes the experience unlimited in the ways that it can go.
Yeah. In fact, if I can take a minute, I actually have a graph here. I don't know if this is going to be reversed for people, but when I was when I was thinking about, what's the difference between the Slurpee, the Icy, the Slush Puppy, and a fourth option, which I'll explain, is, for me, what it came down to was 2 factors. It's the control. Are you controlling the flavors you get? Are you controlling the amount of flavors you get? And the consistency. Slurpee and Icy, obviously the same thing. It's airy, it's fluffy, when it melts, it becomes liquid. And then there's something like a Slush Puppy, which is literally icy, literally ice. Let me just show you. I don't know if this will be reversed. Okay, so we have high control, low control, rough consistency, smooth consistency. So high control, high consistency, you got your Slurpee. So smooth, and your everything. Consistency, low control, icy. This isn't for every situation, but when I think of icy, where you're ordering it and someone's getting it for you. And then
there's less options. Less control, I think, also factors into less options.
Then you have high control, rough consistency, your slush puppy, which slush puppy, you get a cup, you squirt, you pump. Gonna show me how you squirt. You pump. You pump the syrup into your cup, and then you put the cup under this lever, and you pull it, and the slush comes out and mixes with syrup. But if you wait for a slush puppy to melt, it's ice. Did that make sense? This becomes liquid if you wait too long, or if once you drink all the syrup and like the liquid, this stays as ice. And then
because it's separate.
Rough, yeah. And then at the bottom, rough consistency, low control is shaved ice. I feel like usually you're not the one putting the syrup. And shaved ice, you're literally like biting, you're scraping, you know.
You're eating. It's not a drink. It's a food.
Yeah. And somewhere over here is like a Sonic slushie because you have no control, but it's not, and it's icy, but it's not as liquidy as a slush puppy, and it's not as solid. And then this is a ton. And then if this plane had like if this graph had like a plane, smoothies would be somewhere, because then I feel like health has to get involved.
Yeah, well, I think health has its own parallel graph. Like we're using the same exact like graph base, but plugging in like the healthy smoothie options.
Yes. Yeah, Melissa, I was wondering when shaved ice would enter the chat. Yes, as someone who recently had authentic Hawaiian shaved ice.
Oh yeah, someone was in Hawaii.
Yeah, and this one was the most obvious like quadrant. I'm like, what's rough where you are not really controlling it. So this is the official slushy icy.
I love it. You need to like send me a picture of that so I can like post it.
Okay. Yeah, sorry to stop the article, but I feel like we were like on this topic, so I
no, bring it. This was. I mean, does it seem like we planned this? Because I feel like this is like highly produced, and we're literally just improv right now. So I'm living for this. We love it. Everyone take notes. There is a quiz at the end of this. Back to the history of Slurpees. So yeah, ices are the same thing. How does the machine work exactly? In its 50-year history, the actual slushy machine has not changed dramatically. It, like most machines, has gotten smaller over time, but the mechanics, which for Slurpees are, of course, a 7-Eleven corporate secret, have largely stayed the same. That simplicity of process has everything to do with ensuring that Slurpees made in Detroit, Michigan, taste like Slurpees made in Dallas, Texas. That consistency, that is the key. In 7-Elevens today, the modern-day Slurpee machines is fitted with a barrel surrounded with refrigerant used to keep the mixture cold. The Slurpee mixture flows into the barrel, begins to freeze, and is scraped away from the sides of the machine to form those fluffy ice crystals. Part of that chemistry is thanks to the drink's most crucial ingredient, sugar, which acts as a sort of antifreeze that prevents the drink from freezing too hard, like a cube of ice. Sugar is a depressant to the freezing process. When you put sugar in water, that water will no longer freeze at the typical temperature of 32 degrees, says University of Wisconsin-Madison food scientist Dr. Maya Warren. I liken it to salt. When it snows, we put salt on the ground to break up the ice. That helps lower the point at which the ice freezes, and sugar does the same thing. The Slurpee machine itself is kind of like a soda machine and an ice cream freezer all in one, Warren says. It adds carbonation while freezing the mixture. Frozen drinks don't necessarily have to be carbonated, but the Slurpee's addition of CO2 helps make the drink smoother, says Warren. People like the fizziness. People love soda, and people love cold, frozen things. Why not make it drinkable like a soda where you still have that fizz? They're light and fluffy, and people really like that. It's a great marketing tool. According to 7-Eleven director of proprietary beverage brands, Rusty Smith, by the 1960s, there were more than 1,000 7-Eleven stores across North America, and it became clear that there was a demand for frozen drinks. Obviously, ice cream has always been popular, but frozen beverages have a natural affinity with kids, says Smith. In the early years, 7-Eleven was known for penny candy and video games, and we wanted to have something proprietary that would get kids in our stores. Coined by advertising executive Bob Stanford, the Slurpee name is derived from the slurp sound that the drink makes when it is sucked through a straw, like this. I don't think you could hear that. It's very subtle. It's like an ASMR thing. You wouldn't know about it.
Can you do the
Slurpee... Oh, I hate that. I'm sorry. It's awful. That's one of the downfalls of Slurpees, honestly. Which made its official debut in 1966 in 2 flavors, Coca-Cola and cherry, and was an instant success. Unfortunately for Nedlick, he didn't exactly possess the same kind of marketing genius that 7-Eleven had in its advertising agencies and marketing executives. Originally, Nedlick wanted to call his version of the beverage Scold as Ice, but he eventually went with the word icy. I think he made the right decision. After selling his machines to 7-Eleven, Nedlick received royalties from the chain for 17 years until his patents for the original icy machine expired. Today in the store, 7-Eleven employees don't have to do much to actually make the Slurpees that fill your cups. In the beginning, store employees would have to pour Slurpee mix into the top of the machine every morning. Now, they simply attach the 5-gallon bag-in-a-box of Slurpee to the machine in the store's back room and allow it to do the rest of the work. It was always really important for us to ensure consistency, says Smith. We know what's in the formula. We know what the machines are supposed to do. The punch of Fanta wild cherry flavor you get from the first sip of a Slurpee comes straight out of that bag-in-a-box, and it isn't easy to achieve. The flavor of frozen beverages is often watered down by ice crystals, which means that the syrup must be extremely concentrated to deliver the same kind of powerful taste you'll find in a glass of soda. Carbonated soft drinks are some of the most unforgiving products when working with flavors, said Dr. David Thomas, a Dr. Pepper Snapple Group food scientist who's worked with 7-Eleven to develop Slurpee flavors. Add to that the frozen element, and you have an even greater challenge. To replicate a carbonated beverage, the flavor concentrate has to be many times stronger for the frozen version. As such, the development of Slurpee flavors involves combining multiple flavor compounds to achieve the perfect cherry or Coca-Cola taste. Many Slurpee flavors, like Dr. Pepper, are highly complex, closely guarded company secrets. At present, there are dozens of flavors that rotate through Slurpee machines across the globe every month. In addition to the Slurpee flavors available at every machine, 7-Eleven also produces a number of regionally available flavors that have, to varying degrees, developed cult followings. In Detroit, Michigan, one of the world's largest consumers of Slurpees, you'll find Verner's Ginger Ale. Ohio Slurpee machines feature Faygo Cotton Candy Soda. In Texas, Big Red and Dr. Pepper are wildly popular. But while candy-inspired and soda-mimicking flavors are what Slurpee's best known for, according to Smith, the chain is working on ways to make its products more attractive to the 58% of Americans who are trying to cut their sugar intake. They introduced Slurpee Light, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to get into the healthier options. They're there. That's all we need to care about. The change in Slurpee's consumer base may ultimately impact the future of the Slurpee in a big way. Customers always like the ability to customize, says Smith. How do we provide a level of customization inside the store? Maybe it's even a different machine. Or back to the graph. Some of that change is already happening. And this was published like 5 years ago, so maybe this has happened already. But at the time of this article being published, they said in Michigan, 7-Eleven offered a lemonade Slurpee that could be customized with various flavors, much like modern soda fountain machines that allow you to add cherry, lime, or orange flavoring to drinks like Coca-Cola and Dr. Pepper. The chain has also experimented with mix-in like Pop Rocks candy. Despite its relatively quiet first 50 years, Expect change for the Slurpee to come at warp speed in the coming decades. In the next 5 years, we expect Slurpee in our stores to change as much as they did in the last 50, says Smith. When I was a kid, the biggest rite of passage was asking your mom to go to 7-Eleven to get a Slurpee. You take your bike, you hang out in the parking lot with your friends. Now, kids interact totally differently. They're getting a Slurpee and posting it on Snapchat. It's changed that much in just 50 years. And there you have it. A brief history of Slurpees. So much.
Wow.
Thoughts? Feelings?
I mean, the thing that I took from it is like, so all they have to do is put the bag in the thing to make it work. Like, it doesn't sound hard. I mean, maybe it wasn't working, but I'm like, I will come in pro bono to make your Slurpee machine working.
Maybe we need to like assemble like a volunteer team to like go, like we're like what is it called, like vigilantes. Slurpee machine, you know, we go in and fix the machine.
Ben just said they should have at-home Slurpee machines, which I have definitely looked into this. I mean, they only have like the industrial store, like you might be able to get one on eBay. But so 7-Eleven came out with like sort of your at-home Slurpee machine, but it's not a Slurpee machine. It's literally dump a soda and some ice and like crank.
That's
like,
not a Slurpee. A Slurpee that does not make.
Slurpee. Where's the carbonation? Where's the bag of? Yeah. I know. I mean, and there are other companies that do slushies, but like none of them have like whatever it is. This patented.
It's the carbonation. Yeah, the carbonation like really adds to it. And I'm not a big carbonation gal. Like sometimes it hurts my mouth, but in a Slurpee, it like makes the ice sharper. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So maybe something with like if SodaStream and like a slushie maker could do synergize, okay? Maybe something can come of that. In fact, maybe I'll take a swing at it.
Invention convention?
Invention convention, part 2.
Should we? Yeah. I think we've talked about it before. If anyone I think we talked about it before. The invention convention. Have we talked about it on Snacktime?
I don't know. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. Long story short, Chad and I, for what grade was it?
6th.
For 6th grade, like all the 6th graders participate in the invention convention. It's like a science fair, but for inventions. And basically, Chad and I thought of the same problem and solved it in different ways. And it was like some way to turn the page of piano sheet music. So we both were playing piano. And so Chad came up with an actual like working physical, like, what would it be called? Like the first version of something? Demo?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Of like
so do you want to explain how you made yours? Just
sure. So it was basically
I think you're still going.
Am I going? Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. Did you explain it? Sorry, I couldn't tell.
No. No, you were explaining it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Basically it was a helmet with this long metal rod. Don't get too excited. With this like rubber tip at the end. And you would have to basically, while you're playing piano, put your head against the page and like flip it. which actually, I actually just got myself, this is not relevant, but I got myself a Bluetooth page flipper.
What? Okay,
Yeah.
you're gonna need to show. We'll have to do a FaceTime, and you'll have to show me how that works. But so my invention convention. Oh, and Ben and Justin both said prototype. Yes, prototype is what we're the word we're trying to look for. But mine was like even more like it was like truly like here's the concept, but it wasn't actually like functioning and working. But it was like I just got like
Ruth Goldberg, Dr.
Yeah. Well, so it was like we just got my dad and I built just like this machine that goes like this basically. But I was like, you know, and ideally it would be doing this and it would like turn the page, but like at the end of it, we literally cut off like the hand of a stuffed bear that had like a white glove where he was like pointing like number 1, and we like cut that off and put it at the end of this thing, so it literally was like a Mickey hand like doing this. So all this to say, we know about inventions. So SodaStream plus slushy maker, Slurpee, we've got you. We've got you, gal. I think is there anything else you want me to say about Slurpees? Because I think we should answer the questions and then get out of here because it's already 2:08. So this is a long.
Yeah. Yeah, that sounds good. I didn't really have. Yeah, I didn't have anything specific. So
beautiful. Okay.
I don't. Yeah, I can't. The questions. I don't.
Yeah, so. I can if I click on them, they'll go on the screen, I think. So I'm gonna try and go in order of like 42 minutes ago. Okay, so 42 minutes ago, and I asked Marno, why'd you get that baby ass Slurpee? This is the size that it's free. But also when it comes to sweet, I too tend to get like the smallest size because I'm not even halfway through this, you know? So that's why I got that baby Slurpee. Next question. Okay, I'm just going to go like in order that they're appearing. What snack goes best with Slurpees? Something salty for sure. 7-Eleven classic for me that they always have is Ruffles, cheddar, and sour cream. That's my.
I would probably too. Yeah, I would probably take it back to Aaron's episode with a Chex Mix.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm definitely
good one. If you response couldn't be shared. What? Hold on. Oops. If you could invent a new flavor, what would you make? What's missing? Ooh. I don't know because I feel like they have so many flavors that I don't even know about.
Yeah, I feel like one that I would like just want right now, it may have already been happened at some point because flavors are always so like special edition, blah blah blah. Honestly, probably just like a mango.
Yeah. Mango. I thought of a soda that I would want, Cactus Cooler.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That would be yum.
That would. Okay, Justin asked, did you see Lynn is doing the music for the new Disney film? Yes, and I think he's very talented, so it's probably going to be good. And I'll end my statement there. Chad?
Next question?
Oh, do you have anything to say about that?
Oh. Next question. All I've seen is poorly photoshopped things with like him like peeking behind the door. I'm like, okay.
Oh, God.
The movie, I guess, does look cute.
Ben asked the same question, so yeah, those would be our choices. Ruffles, cheddar and sour cream, and Chex Mix for Chad. Justin asked, do you think Lin-Manuel likes corporate bodega Slurpees? I mean, I think everyone likes corporate bodega Slurpees.
Yeah. Unless he wants a nice piragua. I was copyrighted by you know who.
Let's not get copyrighted.
Yeah.
Ben asked, what flavor combo would you serve to your worst enemy? I think after seeing peach today, probably peach, Coke, and horchata.
I think banana, Coke.
Oh, banana. I forgot about banana.
Like banana, Coke, and like watery blue raspberry.
Like the red light is flashing?
Yeah, and you're going for it. Spit, spit, spit. Yeah.
Split or splatter. That's it. Those are all the questions. Oh wait, why does it say there's a new one? I answered these ones. What's the best compliment? Flavor combo. Oh, Ben just asked, what's the sexiest way to drink a Slurpee? I think when you go like this, you take off the lid and you hold the straw and you get the smallest amount.
Ooh.
That's my answer.
You take the straw out and you just...
Yep.
Yum. That was
great question.
Graphic.
That was too graphic. This is a children's show. Okay, that's all the questions. It is 2:13. We have been live for an hour and 13 minutes. I freaking love this for us. Everyone that is here today live, thank you so much for being here live. Thank you for commenting, asking questions. It's been so freaking fun. We gotta do this more often. Same time, same place next week? No, because I can't commit to this every single week. But, I'll let you know when it's going to happen again. If you're listening to this, watching this recorded, thank you so much. Make sure you're liking, subscribing, following, commenting. Literally do all the things. Let's make this snack time snacker community as big as we can get it, because why the frick not? This was a fun time. Chad, thank you, of course, so much for coming back to Snack Time. We're going to do this again, but just the formal invitation has been made for a return. Is there anything you'd like to plug? Let people know where they can find you. Uh-oh, are you frozen? Oh no, you're frozen, but with this face.
Am I still there?
Oh, I can hear you a little bit.
Oh, I can't tell if I'm frozen or you're frozen. Oh no! I don't know if I'm frozen, so I'll just say, am I back? How about now?
Oh no, I think we're on like different times.
I'll type. Nothing.
Yeah, comment it. I'm gonna link Chad's Instagram, or I'll ask him, but I'll put it in the description. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you eat something delicious today. You can find Snack Time on Instagram at SnackTimePod. You can find me everywhere else at Marno For Show. And we'll see you next time at Snack Time. Bye. Slurpees. Yay.